Hi everybody, sanibonani. Welcome to my channel. Igama lami nguNtando Mdletshe, and on this channel sibuke ama-reality shows ethu ala eMzansi bese siza la sokhuluma ngawo lama shows, senza ama-reviews nama-recaps bese siyaphinda futhi sikhuluma any other issues avuka uma ngabe lama shows esiwabukele ku-TV. Uma ngabe it's your first time joining us today and you really happen to really like our content, do not forget to press the subscribe button like eMzansi bese press notification bell eduze kuka-subscribe ukuze phela uthole umyalezo uma ngabe umsebenzi omusha sesiwufakile. Kanjalo if ufuna ukuba member ye-channel, there's a join button. There's also a thanks button for those who want to donate to the channel. Please do not forget to watch my adverts. Uma ngabe ubuka le channel, we appreciate that a lot. Namhlanje ipost ya namhlanje, I was trying to look for this comment, guys. I cannot find it, but it was inspired by a comment kaNonhlanhla. I read it this morning on my review Mnakwethu, and she was just basically talking about how upsetting it was the episode Mnakwethu, the tell all, especially the part where Linda Sbiya was trying to force Ubab Shamase to tell Umam Shamase that he was going to take the second wife. You guys, listen, I've always expressed when it comes to this show that I do feel like this show really it encourages the abuse of women. I do feel like this show doesn't take into consideration my feelings, my thoughts of women and opinions of women. If you are a woman that thinks independently kule show abakuthandi, and they're going to make a joke of you, and they're going to force your husband to oppress you even more in the relationship, that is the concept here show, guys. I don't want to lie. If we had to talk about that, really we will talk about that every day, because that is what the show is about. I've expressed it on other videos, and it is also one show where they are just determined to not listen to what the viewers are complaining about, because since the beginning of the show they haven't changed anything about how they do the show. No matter how much the viewers have complained about how they do not like how women are treated on the show, they just don't care. Like, they don't care about it. That's why that they don't change it. So when I review the show, I do feel like at times I just have to review the show as it is, because if I'm going to complain, it's going to be every second of my review I'm complaining about the abuse of women or the mistreatment of women, because that is what the show is about. But sometimes when I don't mention it, it's not because I don't see it, it's not because it did not irritate me, it did not upset me. It did. That show upset me. That is the one show that when I'm watching, I am wanting to scream at the TV all the time, but at the same time it's like nothing is being changed on that show. So I do hear you viewers complaining about it, and I've made videos about it too sometimes, and sometimes there's only so much noise that we can make, but it doesn't mean that we can't make more noise until they listen. So I do agree, you guys. For me, the upsetting part more than anything, it was just them making a joke, almost laughing at Umam Shamase for her passion in trying to save her marriage. Isn't it that she was saying it was like she was desperately trying to save her marriage, and desperately trying to say, you will respect me, being married to this man, you will respect me. This is not what I want. This is not going to happen. And I did feel like Linda Sbiya was making light of that. I did feel like he was making a joke, even when he was saying Ubushado Lona, pointing at the ring. He made a joke about that. I mentioned it in the full review. I did not like that, you guys. But unfortunately, that is what is happening on the show. Nobody is identifying it as abuse, and so it's not, nothing is being done on the show to correct it. And I think that is the problem. And I think that if people really want a change on that show, they will have to do what other people did with Uyajolana on Moja Love at the beginning when they complained about the abuse of men, even though they've went back to the same thing. I mean, if people want to sign a petition, maybe they need to sign a petition. But if we don't do anything and we continue to watch the show like we do, I guess they feel like even if we're complaining, we are still watching the show. So why should they change anything? But in terms of just it being abusive to women, I totally agree with it. I totally agree with it. I feel like the only woman that they will respect on that show is a woman that agrees to his tempo, is a woman that agrees with what the husband wants. That's why I even said on my review that on in the next lifetime he must be sent somewhere when only men live, because those are the only people that he thinks matter in life. Their thoughts, their feelings, their needs should be met. As for a woman, you don't matter. That's just what I get from him. But again, my viewers were not the only people that were upset about that episode. It sounds like even on Twitter people were tweeting about it and saying that they were unhappy about how Linda Sbiya kanye naye ubaba uMsele were handling that tell all, and that they talk about it in detail in this Daily Sun article written by Zamante on the 21st of September. It says Mnakwethu reunion leaves the viewers angry. Radio personality Linda Sbiya, who also hosts Mnakwethu reunion, has angered viewers. On Tuesday, 20 September, the spotlight was on him as viewers felt he was promoting oppression against women. And I totally agree with that. Because if you've asked this woman, you want to take his team, and she has said no. Mom Shamas has not changed. She's not like these other women where in the beginning, sometimes like these women in the beginning, they will say no, and then eventually towards the end of the episode, they say yes. Umam Shamas is the one woman that has said no consistently during the episode, and even now at the tail end, she's saying the same thing, but they want to force her to say yes, and they want her husband to force her. That is the oppression of women, you guys. During the episode, Linda kept pushing Siyabonga Shamase, who didn't want to tell his wife, because because it could be fear, it could be respect, whatever it is, but during the episode, Linda kept pushing Siyabonga Shamase to put his wife in his place. The fact that he needed to put his wife in her place. What is her place? Put his wife in her place. What is her place? What is your place as a wife in a situation where you are married to somebody and they are coming to you wanting to take a second wife? What is your place? Is your place just to sit there at the corner and doing nothing, or is your place to express what your thoughts are, what your feelings are, what your future plans are? And if your future plans involve the taking of another wife, what is your place? If they say he needed to put her in her place, he further instructed him to tell his wife that he will take a second wife. That really, it was uncomfortable to watch. I totally agree. Viewers were not impressed with Linda's instruction, as they felt he was unprofessional and putting words into Siyabonga's mouth. They were equally unhappy with the show and took to social media to express their views. Treasure wrote, Mnakwethu is so toxic and regressive for black women. It's just gross. And what's even said is that these men get satisfaction from these women losing their dignity fighting for them. I just can't. Then Joy Zelda added, Linda is trash. Suzanne Stolle agreed, adding, his trash shame. He even made fun of the accent, which wasn't funny at all, and he could see she wasn't laughing. So I continued. That is when he was making fun of the ring, because she was pointing at the ring, Umama. Runako Shongwe bashed the show, commenting, Mnakwethu is promoting gender oppression while our society is trying to dismantle it and recreate equality. Our voices are not being heard when we say no. We are still, that's exactly what I'm saying. That if you've already said no, that is not respected, they will push you until you change and say yes. We're still objectified by men just so they can satisfy their sexual abnormal behavior through polygamy. Linda said to Daily Sun, at this stage, I will not comment. People must just wait and see where the show is going. I'm not commenting because it's premature and we still have about 5 more episodes coming. 5 more episodes? From where? No, you have like 2 more episodes and you're done. Yeah, you guys, listen. I understand. I expected that other people would be just as upset about it. And it just sometimes for me it just feels pointless because I really feel like these people don't listen. From season 1, guys, there's been complaints about Mnakwethu and the treatment of women on Mnakwethu. They have not changed a single thing. They in season 3 of Mnakwethu. They insist they're going to be in season 3 of Mnakwethu, so Happily Ever After. So they've almost done 6. They're about to do 6 seasons of this show in the exactly the same format that they started with, meaning they haven't made a decision to make any sort of adjustment to the formatting of the show, meaning they're not willing to listen to anything that the viewers are complaining about, because a lot of it is because even people that are complaining outside of the show are women, and in South Africa women are not listened to, whether we like it or not, which is not, one day a man, maybe a powerful man from somewhere, will stand up and say Mnakwethu must change its format, and then maybe they will. But as long as it's us women, they just don't seem to care that much about what we say. It's unfortunate, guys, but it is just the way that it is. We just have to make some noise about it and make some videos about it, and maybe one day, and tweet about it, those who tweet, and maybe one day they will realize that this is something that should not even be on TV in this time and age. Anyway, you guys, that's all I wanted to say on this issue. Listen, I'm a comments and you guys are noted. I don't know, there's something funny that's done by you. I like answering every single comments on my comment section, but sometimes I look my comments from my older videos that I never answered, and I'm like, where are these comments coming from? Where were they hiding? So if I don't answer your comment, it's not intentional, you guys. Thank you so much for watching my video. Please like it before Pumegiona, share it with your friends, with your family, and even with strangers. Ntando kakhulu.